We are.
All right.
Okay.
So we can get started. Let me just
We're going
share
to
my.
start with the chant. And just to say that if anybody would like to do the opening chant at any point, please just let us know. Everybody is welcome to do so. I will have a go again at some point, but not today. Lovely Francis is going to do today.
You can hear the harmonium, yes? It's all good? Great. Narayanam namaskritya Narayanam namaskritya Naram chaiva narottamam Naram chaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Devim saraswatim vyasam Tato jayam udiraye Tato jayam udiraye
Thank you, Francis. It seems like such a long time since we've done any class because Sanskrit hasn't been on, has it? So yeah, it just feels like ages and ages. So yeah.
Yes.
Nice to see. It's a small group today, but it's lovely to see you all. And Happy New Year. Um, yeah, we're going to
Yeah,
go.
did you want to?
Francis.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Happy New Year, and it's lovely to see you. And Francis, we're going to take us through lesson 5. So I don't know. I'm feeling a bit rusty. I don't know about anybody else, but I kind of need this to inspire me to keep going today. So or
All
rather
right.
get started again. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll leave you to it.
Well, same. Yeah, we worked on these, Alice and I worked on these notes way before, like this was done even before the holiday. But then we thought we'd give ourselves time and get ahead and do 6 and 7 during that time. But of course, life and we'll
Yeah, we
obviously
can.
we're on our schedule to keep up with these, but yeah, we would have liked I would have also liked to have done more. So if you're feeling like you've dragged a little bit in your Sanskrit over the or maybe you haven't. I'm speaking from my own personal experience. It was a little bit
Yeah. If you
slow. It
have
slowed
though,
down a
don't
little
feel
bit.
alone. Don't feel alone is the point because we didn't get ahead at all. Well, yeah, we're on schedule, but yeah, we didn't move forward as much as we thought we might in the last few
Yeah.
weeks. But there we go. Here we are.
And that's okay because we're all doing this for the love of and the joy of practicing and studying Sanskrit. So we're not going to put that pressure on ourselves, but we do want to get back into it. So I'm glad that we're here together this morning or afternoon, wherever you are. Okay, so lesson 5 started with feminine nouns. In addition to the punglinga and napumsakalinga neuter nouns, masculine and neuter nouns, there is an important class of strilinga, feminine nouns, in a. Some are related in meaning to the punglinga and to the punglinga masculine in a. So the first word we get, the first paradigm we get is kanya. If I make it fit the whole thing, it'll be too small. So kanya, and then I highlighted the endings that are similar to the paradigm. So get your chanting voices ready. We can do who would like to do the first, or maybe I'll do the first line so you are reminded of the melody, but I could have a responder who would like to be a responder in our tiny group this morning. Nice, thanks, Lulu. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll do the chant, the call, and then you'll respond, and then you can do the next line and we'll find a responder for you. Okay, so it goes Kanya, Kanye, Kanya, Kanya, Kanye, Kanya. Oh, wait, pause. I know that some people like to do the echo afterwards. I'm gonna repeat. I'll do the echo at the end. Kanya, Kanye, Kanya, Kanya, Kanye, Kanya.
Kanya, Kanye, Kanya, Kanya, Kanye, Kanya. And then do you want me to do the next line?
Yeah, next line.
Okay. Kanya, Kanye, Kanya, Kanya, Kanye, Kanya.
Who would like to respond to Lulu? Alice.
Kanyam, Kanye, Kanya. Kanyam, Kanye, Kanya. Kanyaya, Kanyapyam, Kanyabihi. Kanyaya, Kanyapyam, Kanyabihi.
Excellent. Who would like to respond for Alice? Paolo has unmuted. No? Okay, yes.
Kanya Kanyabhyam Kanyabihi Kanyaya Kanyabhya Kanyabihi
Nice.
Kanyayai Kanyabhyam Kanyabhyaha Kanyayai Kanyabhyam Kanyabhyaha.
Excellent. Who would like to respond?
Kanya,
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
no, go ahead, Jen. Go ahead.
Okay. Kanya, yeah. Kanya, byam. Kanya, byaha. Kanya, yeah. Kanya, byam. Kanya, byaha. Kanya, yaha. Kanya, byam. Kanya, byaha. Kanya, yaha. Kanya, byam. Kanya, byaha.
Great. Matthew, you want to go now?
Kanyaya, Kanyabhyam, Kanyabhya, Kanyaya, Kanyabhyam, Kanyabhya, Kanyaya, Kanyayo, Kanyanam, Kanyaya, Kanyayo, Kanyanam.
Who would like to respond to Matthew?
We can just keep
Talissa, are you
going
shaking your
round.
head? Or are you?
Or we can just keep going round if nobody else wants
Oh,
to.
Talissa.
No,
Talissa
I can
unmuted.
I can do it.
Yeah,
Just
go ahead.
Kanyayaha Kanyayo Kanyanam Kanyayaha Kanyayo Kanyanam Kanya. Ooh. Sorry, I magnified as I went off.
Oh, sorry.
My
Go
small
ahead.
screen.
I won't move it anymore.
No, that's okay. I mean, I can always adjust it. Um, so we are at
Saptami.
Saptami, aren't we? Yeah. Kanyayam Kanyayo Kanyashu Kanyayam Kanyayo Kanyashu.
Oh, yeah, this is Shu. There we go. All right, Talissa, you're up.
Oh, okay, so first I do Sapta and then Samba, right?
Yes.
Anyayam, Anyayoho, Kanyasu, Anyayam, Anyayoho, Kanyasu,
It's Shu.
Anye.
Sorry, it's Shu, and that's
Shu.
my fault. It's
You're
Kanya
right, you're
Shu.
right.
Yeah.
Let me do that line again. Anyayam, Anyayoho, Anyashu,
Oh, oh, oh.
Anyayam.
I'm pausing for everyone now because I wrote it wrong in Devanagari. This is my bad. So it actually is Sue. I just looked at my yeah. Uh-huh. That's my
One of my
bad.
issues, by the way.
Yeah, I know. This is what happens when you recopy things, but then you find mistakes. Okay, here we go. You can go again and you can do
Three,
your Sue.
that's 350, 358 for those who are totally obsessive. Let's go one more time.
Yes, please.
Yayam, anya yoho, anya su, anya yam, anya yoho, anya su, then kanye, kanye, anya ha, ye, kanye, anya ha.
Wonderful.
I was
Thank you
trying
so
to
much. Oh yeah,
distinguish
I'll
the
do.
long vowels if anybody wondered why I was being weird.
No, that's great. I'll repeat your last line. Kanye, Kanye, Kanyaha. Kanye, Kanye, Kanyaha. Yeah. So that's the paradigm for Kanya, for the long ending strilinga feminine noun. And then so he lists in Goldman the similarities. He has, so I highlighted them in the table below. Although the paradigm differs, note the similarities. Go away. Shashti, Bahu, and oh, sorry, these are the ones that I highlighted above. So the Shashti and Bahu, Shashti Bahu is the same as in the masculine. The Shashti and Saptami Dvi, the Chaturthi and Panchami Bahu, the Tritiya. Why do you keep showing up? The Tritiya, Chaturthi, and Panchami Dvi. And so it's these, I put these endings here. So it's the same list, but it just shows what the endings actually are. And these are what are highlighted above that are the same as in the masculine paradigm. Oh, sorry, are the same for all stems of all genders, these particular endings. And then Professor Bryant's note is that long A is always feminine, U is never feminine, but sometimes neuter, and this we'll see in lesson 6. It says are the same for the stems of all genders. All genders in the language. Yeah. So these are the ones that Professor Bryant often points out when he says the boys and Sue, the pyams and the bihis and these sorts of things. So I did a table here below of all the endings, of just the endings, and these are for the ending nouns that we've seen so far. So the Purusha paradigm, the Pustakam paradigm, and the Kanya paradigm. And I just line them up next to each other so we could see the similarities for each, and then highlighted these ones that he mentions so we can see that they're all the same. Yeah, so it's just something, we're not going to go through chanting all the endings of each individual one, but that's just a comparison chart that you can take a look at to see all the similarities between the different genders in that paradigm, in the paradigm. All right, so it does go in the lesson back to the vibhaktis, but we covered all of those when we saw lesson 4. I put all of the cases together, the declension cases together. So we head right to demonstrative pronouns. or sarvanaman. It says several correspond as the third person pratama purusha, he, she, it, to the two personal pronouns in lesson 4, aham for I and tvam for you. These pronouns distinguish gender and serve as demonstrative pronouns or definite articles. And I don't know if this is in the text or just something I look up really quickly. I think I added this. Okay, so to distinguish between a demonstrative pronoun replaces a noun, as in that is my favorite book, and a definite article precedes or modifies a noun, like the book is on the table. I just put that as an extra explanation because he just throws in demonstrative and pronoun and definite articles, and maybe this isn't languaging people are familiar with. And it's nice to just clarify. Okay, so his first example is tam balakam pashyati sa nripaha. The or that king sees that or the boy. So we see here that it's sa in the pratama vibhakti of the pronoun saha, or we won't because we haven't seen the sa yet, but that's what that is. Or we've seen this chapter already, obviously, but that's what, there's one down here, but that's a different example. So this was saha, and this is a 3.38 sandhi rule. So this is for saha and for esha. I think it's one preceding, I don't know if it specifies a voiced or unvoiced or just any consonant. I feel like it's any consonant. Let me just head back really quick to 338. What is it?
For any consonant.
Before
Voice.
any consonant, voiced or
Yeah.
unvoiced. Wonderful. So here the visarga has dropped, and then so that goes with nripa, the king or that king, and then we have pashyati, the verb is to see in the third person in pratama purusha, and then tam balakam, we can see this is in second case, and so this is the article that goes with the boy because it is in the same case. And we have tasmin vane vasati saha, he lives in that forest. So this is forest in saptami vibhakti in seventh case, and then tasmin is also in seventh case, that forest. And this is lives in third person pratama purusha. So one of the most common of these pronouns is that, cited in its neuter nominative singular form, tat. Tat. Okay, so now we have our first demonstrative pronoun in masculine, punlinga, sarvanaman. So we can chant this one. Alice, would you like to kick it off?
Oh, sorry, Francis. I have a question about
Yeah.
that first sentence that was given as an example. Why isn't the... Oh, I just answered my own question. Okay.
You can
Sorry.
continue with the question and answer your own question.
Oh,
because
I
maybe your
wondered
question's valid for
why
someone else.
it was tam balakam. But it's, I see that the translation flips how the sentence is structured. So tam
Yes.
is the second is dvitya, and sa is the pratama. Okay, so
That's right. No, but that's a good thing to point out. So like a newer student, and that may not know, the word order isn't what we look at when doing translation in Sanskrit. It's the cases that the words are in. So yeah, so it has flipped the subject, but I believe that this is when we go back to, I think it's in lesson 2, when he talks about word order, that it's often object, subject, verb. Is that correct? Somebody can correct me. I can go back to word order in my little tabs. But the word
Yes,
order, yeah, I think that is
Subject.
Paolo
it
talking.
is in most Indian languages, in the
Is
majority
it?
of Indian languages.
Subject,
But is that in
object,
fact subject, object, verb?
Yeah.
I think. Is that right? Oh, yeah, I think so.
I'm just seeing if that's what he says in the. I thought I had a tab for word order. Okay, yeah, it's back here. So, yeah, the order is basically subject, object, verb. Perfect. But here, yeah, here he's done object, verb, subject. So it can be, the order can be flipped, and it's the endings that we look at to know what is the subject of the sentence and what is the object and what is, well, the verb. Yeah, where the verb is could be at the beginning, could be at the end, it could be in the middle. Usually it's at the end,
Well,
but
I think the main difference, I mean, the main thing to remember is that's obviously in verses it could be jumbled all the way around, whereas in speech it would tend to be as we said before.
subject, object, verb.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a good thing to note that the order can be switched around, and so when we do our translation to look for what is in which case. Okay. So now for chanting the paradigm, would you like to start us off, Alice? Sorry to call you out, but you can
Is it
get
the
something
same?
started.
Is it the same tune though? Because I'm like, is it
Mm-hmm.
Sahataute? It doesn't.
Sahataute, sahataute.
Okay. So Sahataute, Sahataute.
Would you like to go, Diana?
Tam tau
Oh, no,
tam.
no. You're gonna repeat Alice, and then you'll do the next line.
Okay. Saha tau te. Saha tau te. Tam tau tan. Tam tau tan.
Who would like to respond to Diana?
Oh,
Shall I go? Dum tau dum tina tabhyam daihi tina tabhyam daihi.
Jan, would you like? Oh, someone's unmuted.
tena tabhyam taihi. Tena tabhyam taihi. Tasmai tabhyam tebya. Tasmai tabhyam tebya.
Tasmai tabyam tebyaha. Tasmai tabyam tebyaha. Tasmat tabyam tebyaha. Tasmat tabyam tebyaha.
Who would like to respond to Jan?
Do you want me to go?
You can go, Alice. Yeah.
Tasmat tapyam tapyaha. Tasmat tapyam tapyaha.
Yeah. So
Tasya.
for tebyaha, because a is a compound vowel. Yeah, you want to do tebyaha. You want to hold your a as a two beat. It's a long.
So, tasmat tapyam tapyaha. Tasmat tapyam tebyaha. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Tasya tayoho tesham. Tasya tayoho tesham.
On my list, my name is at the top, and I don't have any idea of the sequence that you're using, but I could
There's
go
no
after.
sequence. Yeah, go ahead.
So let's see what we're doing. Josh T and then Septimi. Is that
That's correct.
what we're doing? I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Tasya tayoho tesham. tasya tayoho tesham asmin yoho teshu asmin yoho teshu.
Nice. Tasmin tayoh teshu. Tasmin tayoh teshu. Ah, so here I did write
Can I,
the.
could I just
Yeah, go
ask,
ahead.
when you said it's a why was it to do the long A?
So
Did you
it's
say because
yeah, it's a complex. I don't know if I said the right word. I might have said compound, which it's not. It's a complex vowel. So we have simple vowels that are one matra or one beat, like versus which is two beats, so the short and the long. And the diphthongs or the complex vowels already are comprised of two sounds, so they're meant to
oh,
take two beats as well. So a, O, you want to make sure that you lengthen those.
that's a good reminder.
Yeah. So it's te sham. Yeah. So you have to make that long and the second. Yeah. Both of those long. Take two beats for both of those.
So
Yeah.
Francis, also
Yes.
on that same sort of diphthong issue, and I
Yeah.
appreciate the detail that we're going into. So my cursor is showing Saptami Viti Vachana Ta Yoho. And the way I am doing it, because our tendency, I think, is to go ahead and sort of diphthongize the A and the Y. But in Sanskrit, we should not be doing that. So that middle one would be Ta Yoho, not Tayoho. Did you follow
Yeah.
what I just said? It did.
Tasmin tayo teishu.
Ta
Yeah.
Yoho and not Tai Oho.
Mm-hmm.
And part of what I'm doing right now is reinforcing for myself and anyone else who might be where I am. And just to remind us over in the last column that the reason it's a shot and not a stop, because the actual ending is a stop, right? Equivalent of the tia.
Mm-hmm.
It is Rule 358 because it's following a non-A vowel. Is that
Right.
correct? Is my understanding correct?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
if that had been toss, it would be tossum, since it's
Mm-hmm.
Tay
Mm-hmm.
sham. And it happens quite a lot because actually, when I first started all this, I got really confused about this little area of the chart. I could not figure
Mm-hmm.
out, gave up figuring out, and then at 358 years later, I found out that
Yeah, that
why,
rule 358 comes up a lot. Yeah, and it changes
hasn't
the
it?
sa to a sha. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, I put the santi there as well, that in the example above, that the note that saha loses visarga before a consonant, as does a shaha. So between masculine and neuter paradigms, they only differ in nominative, accusative, and vocative. So otherwise they're the same. So, and we'll see that here. Oh, and I put here this highlight for the neuter. The two first lines are also the same in the neuter. So this note here is about between the masculine and neuter paradigms, that between the two of them, this is the first, second, and eighth case, or where they're different. But here it's within, or they're the same. Sorry, the only ones that are different. Everything else is the same. And then here in the neuter paradigm has its first case and second case the same. So we'll chant this one as well. So I can start us off, and then whoever would like to follow can unmute themselves. I think we're getting into a bit of a groove. So it goes tat te tani, tat te tani. I was expecting everyone to unmute like popcorn. Okay, go.
Tat
Alice, I see.
tat teitani, tat teitani, tat teitani, tat teitani.
Tat te tani, tat te tani, tena tabiam tai, tena tabiam tai.
Nice longs, Diana. I think Aldo
Tena
unmuted.
tena tabyam taihi. Tena tabyam taihi. Tasmai tasmat tebhyah. Tasmai tasmam tebhyah.
Oh, tasmai tabhyam. Were you saying tasmat afterwards? Tasmai tabhyam tebyaha.
I'm not sure what I said, to be
Oh,
quite
yeah.
honest.
Would you mind? Yeah, it's okay. Do you want to redo your fourth? This is a chaturthi, the fourth line here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Does my tabhyam tebhyah. Does my tabhyam tebhyah. Or am I supposed
Tasmai
to do the next one?
And then the
tabyam
next.
tebhyah.
Okay, it's okay. Yeah, go ahead. Matthew, go ahead.
Tasmai tabyam tebhyah. Tasmai tabyam tebhyah. Tasmat tabyam tebhyah. Tasmat tabyam tebhyah.
Tasmatabhyam tebyaha, tasmatabhyam tebyaha, tasyatayoho tesham, tasyatayoho tesham.
तस्यातायोः तेषां तस्यातायोः तेषां तस्मिन् तयोः तेषु तस्मिन् तयोः तेषु
Great. Tasmin tayo deshu. Tasmin tayo deshu. Okay, we'll go right into. So I just, yeah, highlighted the first two are the same. We'll right to the feminine demonstrative pronoun. Who would like to kick us off?
Sa te taha, sa te taha.
Sateitaha, sateitaha, tam teitaha, tam teitaha.
I'll go,
Ta-
I think.
yes. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, the list is not the way I'm seeing it. Tam te taha, tam te taha, ya tavyam tabihi, ya tavyam tabihi.
Yeah, there's no order. We're just going whenever anyone feels like it to listen. So I'll do the next one. Taya tabhyam tabihi. Taya tabhyam tabihi. Tasyai tabhyam tabyaha. Tasyai tabhyam tabyaha.
Tasyaitabyam tapaha. Tasyaitabyam tapyaha. Tasyaha tabyam tabyaha. Tasyaha tabyam tabyaha.
Tasya tabyam tabyaha. Tasya tabyam tabyaha. Tasyaha tayuhu tasam. Tasyaha tayuhu tasam.
Tasya tayoho tasam. Tasya tayoho tasam. Tasyam tayoho tasu. Tasyam tayoho tasu.
Excellent long and shorts, everybody. Tasyam tayo tasu. Tasyam tayo tasu. There's your suz, Talissa, instead of the shuz.
Yeah.
These endings, yeah, you see that it's a sa here and here instead of a sha because the preceding vowel is an a vowel as opposed to these ones up here, which is a. So the sa becomes a
I
sha.
can't tell you how much trouble I had because of that. So now I laugh about it because just when you settle into the te shu, 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 suddenly you're, wait a minute, there's an S. But we can all
Easy.
now say 358, can't we, group?
358. It's a good one to remember.
358.
Note in several cases, these forms correspond closely to the equivalent forms of the a and a stem nouns, especially in Tritiya and Shashti, Eka, Vachana, Pumlinga and Apumsikalinga Tritiya and Bahu, Bahu Vachana. These forms are typical of pronominal declension, and their correspondence indicates that the a and a declensions are irregular, though they are statistically overwhelming. So we learn later that there's a more regular ending form that comes up with nouns, but these are the nouns that we also see the most, even though they are irregular. In the cases cited above, they have the typical pronominal endings aina, this would be third, asya, which would be sixth, and aich. I think that's the bahu of the sixth. So down here, and this is something that Professor Bryant had suggested we do for our own exercise and practice, like I did above in comparison with the endings for masculine pumlinga, napumsikalinga, and strilinga, masculine, neuter, and feminine, is I did charts that show the paradigm of the paradigm of the particular gender, so here masculine, along with its demonstrative pronoun. And the highlighted ones are where they're the same, and then the ones that he mentions above specifically, and then the sort of orange ones or more red ones are where they differ. So things to just look out for between the two where they're not the same. In fact, I mean, I don't know why he specifically mentions those, but it's like most of the paradigm is actually the same, the endings. But I highlighted them because this is what he highlights in Goldman. But because they're so similar, I also thought to highlight the ones where they differ, to pay attention to those. And they did the same for neuter. You can see where those differ in endings in the orange and where they are similar in the yellow. But again, like I said, really feel like most of the endings are similar, and I'm not sure why he chose to point those out specifically. And then the feminine, I did the same. The feminine's pretty similar except for these, the septimi, the shashti, plural, Oh, here is actually, yeah, well, it's an ashu here, and this is an asu. So yeah, we'll leave that as different. Okay, so that's something that you could do. I mean, I'm happy to, I'm always happy to give my notes at the end of the practice, is write out the differences or the two paradigms next to each other and see where they differ or and where they're the same. Yeah, Alice, sorry, you were going to say?
You just dropped out for me.
You were
I
saying
didn't know
something?
if that was just my internet, but then you
Oh,
came back, so I think it still be
oh,
just
okay.
putting.
What was the last thing that you heard me
You
say?
just dropped a few words,
Oh,
so don't
base.
worry. But maybe, yeah,
Okay.
if you want to say it again, you can.
Well, it's just that you could do that for your own practice if you like. But I'm also happy to give my notes. But it's a nice thing to see where they differ and where they're the same. Okay, so the neuter tut is also of particular importance as an abstract, impersonal pronoun. So it gets used often as that or it, like we would in English. So you might see this a lot. So, and to note that there's no a in Sanskrit, so there's not a boy, but rather that boy. And this would be tut or tud, depending on the following, what the following sound is. So here we have an example. Tat samichinam bhavati. That's okay. So just an abstract that in that sentence. We have nripo tasya brahmarnasya putram hanti. The king kills the Brahman son, or the king kills the son of the Brahman, right? Because we learned that that's used for, in those cases, to say as a possessive Brahman son. So you see of Brahman. This is in sixth case, and there's also this pronoun preceding that's in the same case. Okay, and then, so maybe this is good to point out, nripo, nripaha, because Lulu talked about it earlier. This is a sandhi here, a 335 sandhi. I could put that in afterwards, where the visarga drops away, becomes an O because of, actually, this is unvoiced. Nripo. Let me make sure this is the example. Why would that become nripo instead of, it does say nripo. Tasya brahmanasya putram hanti. Okay. Well, this is in first case. This is in second case. This is the subject of the verb. And this is in sixth case. So it's the son of the Brahman. But yeah, maybe this is a Paolo question. Paolo, wouldn't this technically, I don't see why this would have become Ripo. Do you know why?
Mm, is it because no, you're right. It shouldn't really because it's not the
Wouldn't it be Nripas?
yeah,
Nirpas
it would be
tasya.
Nirpastasya. Yes, I would have thought so.
I was like, it's a 335. So 335 is down here, which is where the aha meets a voiced, could be a vowel or a
Yeah, that's not
consonant, and it
voice.
drops
That's
away.
mm,
Yeah.
that's
So I would think that this would be, I think it's a 330 where the visarga becomes a sa or it remains a sa, however you look at it, but it would be nripas tasya brahmanasya
yeah.
putram hanti. So I don't know why it says nripo. It is that in the text. Maybe it's a mistake, but I know Professor Goldman always says not to assume there's a mistake. But I would, according to what his Sandhi rules are, or the Sandhi rules are, think that this should be nrapastasya brahmanasya putram hanti. But regardless, this is clearly the subject because it's in first case versus this in second case. So the son is the one who is killed because he's in second case, and it's of the Brahman, the son of the Brahman, because Brahman is in sixth case. But yeah, that is strange. Okay, the next example is Tena Brahmano Dukham Anubhavati. So this is in third case, the that. So it would be by, literally it would be by that, but he has it as because of, well, he put both of these in. Because of that, or literally by that, which is what you would use for instrumental. The Brahman, so here again, this was in first case, this was Brahmanah originally, became O before the du, the voiced D of dukham, experiences anubhavati, this is in Pratama Purusha, third person, grief, which is a dukham. So because of that, by that, Brahman experiences grief. Memorize. It's a good idea to memorize the instrumental tena, and especially the ablative tasmat, which are commonly used in the sense of therefore. An example here, Ramo, so another 335-year rule. Ramo nagaram tyajati tasmajjana dukhita bhavati. So this is a 344 rule. We'll go back to what that is, where the ta, I guess it takes on, well, it looks like just the, maybe it's the palatal of the, and the same, let me see. Very important exception is the final ta when it precedes an initial sparsha of the palatal class. So ja is in the palatal, which is ta lavya, or retroflex murdhanya. It becomes deaspirated of the same class as the initial. So the same class of the initial, D, becomes deaspirated. A deaspirated sparsha of the same class as the initial and is voiced or non-voiced. So this is voiced. Okay. Yeah, and it has an example here, tat jahati as taj jahati. Ooh, yeah, this would be
Yeah, I
a
think
tricky
probably
one.
go through a number of modifications. It's like a domino effect type of tasmad jana from T to D and then to J
Oh,
or
that's what's
something.
happening.
I
Yeah,
guess I'm not
yeah.
very good with the consonant.
I know, yeah, it's tough because with the vowels, this is what gets me too. With the vowels, he says that it only goes through one pass of sandhi, right? We don't keep
Yeah,
sandhiing on and on with vowels. But with consonants, we can. With consonants, it can pass through two different sandhis. So yeah, tasmad
yes.
to tasmad, and then back to, yeah. But this is, so the 344, this is a 344 rule. So we can, you can go back and look at that, but it is quite a wordy rule. But this is what happens. The ta takes on the ja. And this happens when there is a palatal or a retroflex, or a talavya or a murdanya, or a second or third case consonant that follows the ta. Yeah, takes on the same, it says it becomes a deaspirated parsha of the same class as the initial and is voiced or non-voiced according to what is following. So we have here, it becomes a ja, preceding the ja. Tasmaj jana dukhita bhavanti. So Rama leaves the city. Tyajati is abandoned, leave, same sort of kind of the idea. Abandons the city, Nagaram. Therefore, tasmat, or tasmaj here before the jana. So therefore is the example of what he asks us to memorize, that tasmat can mean therefore. The people become the jana, and there we see the visarga has dropped, preceding the consonant. That's a rule too. I think it's 339. I'll look that up and put that in. It is 339. Become, so bhavanti is the verb bhu, and it's in plural. And well, jana is also in plural. Dukhita also in plural, but the visarga has dropped as well. Same rule, the 339 rule. Okay. And we have closely related pronominal stem atat has the same paradigm as tat, just with the a prefix. So all of them can have an a prefix in front of it. It's just another pronoun, but follows the same declension. And then we learn other pronominals later on in lesson 19. I'm trying to remember what they were. I want to say idam, something like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. Us. Oh yeah, ayam and idam and iyam are the ones that we learn in 19. There's also asau, adaha. So these are other pronouns that he brings in later on that follow the pronominal declension. Then he gives us a list of adjectives of pronominal declension, stem adjectives that decline like pronouns. Anya, meaning other, eka, one, para, other, next, higher, purva, previous or former, and sarva, each, every, or all. Examples here, ekasmin desha eko nripaha. In one country, there is only one king. So this eka, going with nripa, having a 335 rule where this becomes an O. Desha, country in ekasmin, so this is in the locative case. Brahmanasya sarve putra hataha. All the sons in plural of the Brahman in sixth case, Brahmanasya, are killed. And this is hattaha, this is a bhute kridanta, verbal adjective, he calls them. And then we have purvasmin samvatsare vira vanam gachanti sma. Last year, so we learned earlier on that the sma at the end or after present conjugated verb can make it past. So this makes it last year. The heroes went to the forest. Heroes is in plural. Gachanti is to go. Went to the forest. We learned that the accusative is used for the object or the of motion. So whenever it's a motion verb, then the location is in second case.
Can you please take apart the word purvasmin?
Purvasmin, this is purva
And
with with the locative ending.
Tasmin, okay.
Yeah, so that's just it's just showing it in.
Yeah, I got mixed up. What the hell is this? Purva plus tasmin, okay. Thank you.
It's not plus tasmin, it's just the asmin ending. It's the locative ending because it's taking on the same pronominal endings that we just looked at.
Yeah, but I have to remember for myself because I learned the paradigm and this has tasmin in my little brain.
Okay, got it. That's how you remember it. It's perfect.
That's how I remember it. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Samvatsare vira vanam gachati sma. So last year. Guess this means last year, huh? Samvatsare. I didn't even look that up. Vira is hero. This is forest. This is goes. Must be that. Last year, they went to the forest. Then we have sarvesham. Sarvesham. This is not sarvesham, Francis.
No.
What did you do here? You added a na in there for no reason. Sarvesham. Purusharnam Rama Uttamaha.
I think it's right. Salvation. No. Salvation.
I had put an extra na in there. I put sarvesharnam, and that's not what it is. Is it? Or should it have
Is
been?
it
Oh,
not?
sorry, my bad.
I
It's
think it is.
my transliteration that's off. Let me hurry back to lesson 5. Thank you for catching all my little mistakes. No, it says sarvesham.
Is
So
that
it should
genitive
have been.
plural? Yes.
So it is this. Sarvesham
Mhm.
Purusharnam Rama Uttama. So I had added on an extra ending here, or nam in there. That didn't go. So this is Rama is the best. Rama Uttamaha. This is the best of all men. So this is in 6th case of men. So this is men in the 6th case plural. Arnam, Purusharnam. And so Sarvesham is the 6th case plural for Sarva. And then our last example, Anyat Pustakam Tava Nahang Pashyami. Pashyami, this is conjugated in the first person, Uttama Purusha. So I see, but then na, so this is na and aham, right? So aham isn't necessary in the sentence. We know from pashyami, since it's conjugated in the first person, we would already know it's I, but he adds it in here. So aham, but plus the na aham, naham, pashyami. So I don't see. Anyat pustakam tava, your other book. Anyat is other. Pustakam, and this is your, right? Because this is the tvam paradigm.
Oh, Francis?
Yes.
Wow. What he's doing then is negating the pronoun. It looks to me like, and it may not matter at all. He's negating the pronoun instead of what I would expect is to negate the verb. See what I'm saying? Instead of na pashyami, it's naham, not I see. Am I making that up? Have I like totally lost my mind in all of this now? Finding reasons.
No.
If I was saying it, that's
No.
how I would have said it. So I agree with you.
Yeah, no, that's true. It is like
And
he's
we often
negating the
do,
pronoun.
most of the time we don't even have the pronouns.
That's
And
right.
that's
I think he
been a
stuck it
source
in
of
there. I think he stuck it in there just because he's getting pronoun-y in this lesson. He's doing all the pronouns so that we
pronounless.
see what they are. It's a pronoun lesson. Yeah. So, but you're absolutely right. It is negating the pronoun. It would have just been not pashyami. It's not see. I don't see. But here it's not I see. So I don't know that it would actually be phrased
No,
written this way.
it doesn't matter. It's just now. Aham.
Yeah. But
It's not attached to aham. Is still attached to the verb.
I mean,
I
it's
see.
visually attached, but I appreciate what you're saying, Paolo. But it's starting to more or less dawn on me that the flexibility within these sentences,
Yeah.
the positioning, and I don't know, I'm going to get lost in technology here and stuff about
It's just
semantic
because he wanted
word
to.
order rather than the form. That not could be any, could move
Yeah,
around.
that's true. That's true. No,
He's
it's a
just
good
rather.
I think it's a good point because again, for someone reading it straight on, it would seem like it's not I. But then that's where we come in with how we translate things and how we make the sense of the sentence in terms of what, what should be linked together. It's sundied together, but it is meant to be not see. So I see what you mean, how that could cause confusion.
And
There's
one last
also
point.
a small typo. Pashayami. It should be pashyami. But
Did I put Pashayami? Thank you. Paolo's correcting my Devanagari.
And Anyat
Anything else?
is the new, just to double check, Anyat is the neuter accusative, yes? Or second case, as you said.
Second case, yes, because it's going with the book.
It goes with pustakam, okay.
Goes with pustakam. Sorry, I'm running out of battery. I'm just plugging myself
No,
in.
just double checking. The IT at is tat is the neuter accusative singular.
Yes, it is. But okay, hang on for me 2 seconds.
No, it's just for me to double check what I'm supposed to know. But I was mixing up.
No, it's okay. Good. Now I won't panic for losing battery. Yeah, anyat is actually the one. So it's further down. I do the paradigm for that, but one that has the same ut ending, but the other ones don't. So we'll look at that really quickly we're going to look at that soon. So hold on to that question in your mind. Anyat pustakam tava naham pashyami. So it's your book because of the tava, but it's your other book. So this anya means other, and it is also connected to the pustakam. That's why it's in second case. Extra notes from the recording from Professor Bryant. Usually the adjective takes the ending of the noun it is modifying, if not one of the above 5. But the above list decline like pronouns. Tut, third person pronoun, taking the gender of the noun they modify. So these are taking pronominal declensions, but still the same case as the noun that they're connected to was the point. So yeah, the pustakam in second case. So the modifying pronoun would also be in second case. So then what I have here is, it was one of the exercises in the chapter, is you could choose one of these adjectives that declines like a pronoun, and the same thing, see how it lines up with the pronoun, or put it with the pronoun ending. So you just see them together here in like saha, purva, tau, purvau, purvau, te, purve. So how the endings are the same. So that's pumlinga. But then for napumsakalinga, for neuter, this ending is but for tud, it's ut, this ending. So this particular one is different and one to note. So it'll be purvam or sarvam. The ending is actually for these first two, except for tut. And I think I did it here. And you bring it up, and this is the feminine, it's the same thing. And you bring this up, Diana, and anyat is actually the other adjective that is going to have, the pronominal adjective that is going to have this ut ending. So tut and anyat, actually those first cases in singular end in ut, whereas in other cases with other pronouns, they will end in these first two. Yeah, so just something to note.
So it's still accusative. It's just one of those oddities that
It's one of the
it's
oddities,
accusative.
yeah.
It's an oddity. Say no
So
more.
the paradigms,
It's
the paradigms of these adjectives are exactly like that of the demonstrative pronouns in all 3 genders. So those are the ones that I list above, except that of all of them, only anya shows the ending ta in the pratama and dvitiya eka of napumsakalinga. So the anyat and the tat are the 2 that will end in ut for those first 2, but everything else will be in neuter. For those pronominal declensions will be like nripa sarvam brahmarnebhyo dadati sma tena tasyanyat kim api nabhavati. The king gave everything to the Brahmans, therefore he has nothing else. I think that is all for this lesson. It is
Got like 10 minutes until we do breakout, so I don't know if you want to do.
exactly. So I don't know, do you want to look at a sentence? Because we usually try breaking up a sentence afterwards, and I do it on the board. but that might cut into our chatting time. How do you all feel about doing that? Is it a sentence, or have you had enough for today?
We can either have a 20-minute breakout or do
Let's
a
do a
sentence.
sentence, no? Just to double check that I really got it. I think I got the principle, but I just forget.
A sentence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're voting here. It's a democracy in our Sanskrit community.
Sentence.
Sentence. Everybody is
And the
unanimous.
first one is easy. How is this?
Okay, the first one's easy. Let's take a look at the reading and see. I know the first sentence is not too difficult. Do we want to do a sentence in the middle or something like this? What do you think? Dasharatasya kupitasya brahmanasya vachanam shrinoti. It's pretty. Shrinoti is the verb to hear. He hears. Vachanam is the speech or the words. Brahmanasya kupitasya dasharatasya. So Dasharata, so these are all of the angry. Kupita is angry, right? Let me go to my exercise translation. Maybe it's still worth doing. Oh, it's Dashara. Oh, yeah, you know what? Maybe it is a good idea to do it. Okay. Hang on a second. Can you all see my... Yeah, I think you can all see my board. I'll take this off. Because and this is actually, going back to that example we did earlier, makes me think even more that there's a mistake in the book. Okay, so I'm going to write this out, because I think this is helpful for people that maybe don't write in Devanagari just yet. So the first word we have is da, sha, da, da, it's taking my whole board here. Dasharatas, tasya, and then we have kupitas. Yeah, I can write this out in the transliteration afterwards. But it's not my best conjunct. Hang on. Actually goes here. I'm getting nervous with all of you watching. Here we go. Brahma na Brahmanasya vachanam. Oh, yeah. Vachanam. Shoulda. He writes it like this. I promise my handwriting is better when I do it on paper. Okay. Dasharatasya. Kupitasya brahmarnasya vachanam shrinoti. Right? Let's just... Okay. Dashara tas, tasya. So we have da, sha, ra, ta, s, tasya. So I kind of read it fast and I said dasharatasya, kupitasya, brahmanasya, but that wouldn't make sense because we need a subject. This is actually dasharatas, which used to be here, this used to be a visarga and has become a sa preceding the ta, which is, again, this is why it's reinforcing my feeling that that example is wrong with a nripo. Should have been nripa, nripas, because this is the 3:30 rule, where the visarga before the ta becomes the sa. This is the same mouth position, sibilant. So we have dasharatas, tasya. This is ku, a ka with a little swoop, makes it a u. P is the short e because it's preceding, so kupi, and then tasya, dasharatas, tasya, kupi tasya, brahmanasya. This is bra with a long a, man with a dental na, asya, vachanam, shra, is this one? No. D. Did I miss any? No. Oh, yeah. Well, this is a sandhi, and there's, I believe, one other sandhi. I think there's only, yeah, there's one other sandhi in the sentence. Who knows what the other sandhi is? It's kind of one that we see so much that it doesn't feel like a sandhi. It's this one. This ma has become an anusvara.
Oh, yeah. Is
Yeah.
it 349?
349, that's right. So it becomes, the ma becomes anusvara preceding any consonant, voiced or unvoiced. Okay. So we have our verb, shranoti, right, which comes from the dhatu, shru. And so it's conjugated in, who knows what person it's conjugated in. It's kind of obvious, but maybe not for everyone.
Third person.
Third person. Third person. Do we know what Ghana it's from?
I think it's a 5P, 5 Parasmai.
Fifth
I don't think
Ghana?
that. I see it in the book. I
You
wouldn't
see it?
dare say I think. I think.
Okay. So
Yeah,
it's,
but the book says it's a 5P.
okay. That's good. Okay, so shranoti. And then, so we know this is in third person, so we need to find a subject. But we see here, vachanam is in what would seem to be which case? With an ending?
Second.
Yeah.
Second case. Yeah, and if it's a neuter noun, it could be first or second case. But let's just say for now, looking at the other endings we have, this looks like our second case. So our accusative word, vachanam. And then we have asya, asya, asya. So brahmanasya would be brahman. In which case?
Six.
Sixth. This is sixth case. Kupitasya.
Six.
Also in sixth case, so kupitasya, going with brahmanasya. And then here we have our pronoun as
Six.
also sixth case. So these all pieces all go together. Tasya, kupitasya, brahmanasya. And then we have our dasharatas as our subject. So this sentence would say Dasharata hears the speech of the angry Brahman. Yeah, all of these are ofs sixth case, so these go together. Does that make sense? But I had read it really fast, and then I said Dasharatasya. You can't have, you know, all of these things in sixth case and then no subject. So this is in first case, is the subject of our sentence.
Yeah, thank you for taking this apart because I was stuck. Dasharatasya.
Dasharatasya. Yeah, those got smushed together.
I
And if
I
we're
could
reading
translate
fast,
it because out of fantasy you get what it has to mean. But it does, you know, this is the difference between what Professor Bryans always said, knowing what it means and really translating it. Yeah, you know what it means.
all right. So I think, yeah, that still gives us time to do our little breakout, right, Alice?
Thank you.
Yeah, great. Let's just catch up with each other and see where we're at, what our plans are for this year with Sanskrit. And we've got like 10 minutes or something, so that's good.
Yeah, perfect.